Google searches for anti-aging diet and animal-based nutrition have exploded in the past few years. But with so many conflicting messages, the question remains, should we eat like primal hunters? Or like we're planning to live to 150? In one corner, Paul Saladino, a medical doctor and former psychiatrist who believes the key to optimal health lies in our evolutionary past. He promotes an animal-based diet, built around meat, organs, raw dairy, and fruit. In the other, Bryan Johnson, a tech entrepreneur spending over $2 million a year on cutting-edge longevity research, plant-based eating, and extreme biomarker tracking. His goal? To rewind his biological clock and live as long and well as humanly possible. Both men have cult followings. Both are extremely data-driven, but their paths couldn't be more different. So today we're breaking down the science, philosophy, and controversy behind each man's method, and asking, is one of them actually right, or is the answer somewhere in between? If you're as curious as I am, then please subscribe for more health tips. Could you also drop a quick like? Now, enjoy the video. Let's set the scene. Paul Saladino rose to fame as a key figure in the carnivore movement, initially eating only meat and animal products. But after 2 years, he evolved his approach. Now he promotes an animal-based diet that includes raw dairy, fruit, and honey, alongside nutrient-dense animal foods like liver, heart, and bone marrow. He believes this way of eating aligns with how our ancestors thrived before agriculture introduced grains, seed oils, and processed carbohydrates. Bryan Johnson, on the other hand, is the founder of Blueprint, a longevity-focused protocol based on data, testing, and control. His routine includes early bedtimes, calorie tracking, intense workouts, and over 100 daily pills ranging from NMN to lithium orotate. He's also had his organs biologically analyzed and claims to have the heart of a 37-year-old, the skin of a 28-year-old, and the lungs of an 18-year-old, all while being in his mid-40s. At the core, this is a clash of two philosophies. Saladino, optimize with nature. Johnson, optimize with technology. To understand the core of this debate, we need to look at what both Paul Saladino and Bryan Johnson are actually doing, and why. Paul Saladino originally gained attention as one of the leading voices of the carnivore diet. He promoted an all-meat approach as a radical solution to autoimmune issues, inflammation, and metabolic dysfunction. But in recent years, his philosophy has shifted. He now follows what he calls an animal-based diet, still rich in meat and organs, but also including fruit, honey, and raw dairy. For Saladino, this shift was driven by both personal experience and ongoing research. He emphasizes nutrient density from organ meats like liver and heart, but he also recognizes the unique benefits of carbohydrates from fruit and raw honey, especially when it comes to supporting hormones and athletic performance. Saladino argues that plant foods, especially vegetables high in defense chemicals, aren't essential and may even be problematic for some people. He references the concept of plant toxicity, pointing to compounds like oxalates, lectins, and phytates, which can interfere with mineral absorption or trigger gut irritation. Instead, he looks to ancestral populations like the Hadza or Maasai, who thrive on diets centered around animal products and seasonal fruit. His framework is as much about reclaiming what humans evolved to eat as it is about rejecting what modern diets have become. Bryan Johnson, by contrast, has turned himself into a living experiment. His project, known as Blueprint, is designed to slow or even reverse biological aging. Johnson consumes a highly controlled plant-based diet, mostly made up of vegetables, berries, nuts, seeds, and carefully measured supplements. He fasts regularly, exercises with precision, and undergoes continuous medical testing to monitor everything from inflammation markers to the age of his organs. His mission is not just to feel good, but to achieve a kind of engineered longevity, backed by quantifiable data. Unlike Saladino, Johnson embraces plant foods for their polyphenols, fiber, and antioxidant properties. He believes that these compounds, when paired with rigorous routines like early time-restricted feeding and optimized sleep, can reduce inflammation, enhance mitochondrial function, and ultimately slow the aging process. His approach is rooted in scientific literature but also in a growing belief that the future of health lies in tech-driven self-optimization. Both men have passionate followings. Saladino's audience often includes those who have struggled with chronic illness, digestive issues, or autoimmune disorders, and found relief in eliminating common trigger foods. Johnson's followers are drawn to the promise of longevity, peak cognitive function, and using technology to take control of aging itself. And there's research to support aspects of both. Studies show that diets rich in animal protein can support muscle mass and bone density, especially as we age. Organ meats are among the most nutrient-dense foods available, offering bioavailable iron, B vitamins, and vitamin A in forms the body can easily absorb. Meanwhile, plant-based diets, especially those rich in polyphenols and fiber, are consistently linked to lower inflammation, improved heart health, and longer lifespan. Blue zone populations, known for their longevity, often consume legumes, vegetables, and modest amounts of animal protein. So in essence, we have two figures pursuing better health, one by leaning into evolutionary biology and nutrient density, the other by harnessing technology, data, and modern research. Saladino looks to the past for guidance, while Johnson looks to the future. Yet both are challenging the mainstream narrative in different ways. And as they do, they raise a deeper question. Is health best found by returning to nature or by trying to outsmart it? So whose side are you on? Are you Team Blueprint or are you Team Animal-based? Let us know in the comments. We're curious to know your opinion. Here's where it gets complicated. For animal-based diets, the main concerns are elevated LDL cholesterol, a known cardiovascular risk factor in many studies. Absence of fiber, which may affect the gut microbiome, environmental sustainability, given the carbon footprint of animal agriculture. Some cardiologists warn that red meat, even grass-fed, has been linked to increased heart disease risk in large cohort studies like those from the Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health. Saladino rebuts this by emphasizing context. Low triglycerides, low insulin, and zero processed foods may change the equation entirely. For Bryan Johnson's blueprint, the concerns are more psychological and practical. It requires enormous discipline, money, and tech. It may cause orthorexia-like behavior, where food becomes an obsession. There is limited long-term evidence that extreme optimization translates to actual life extension in humans. Some scientists also point out that epigenetic age reversal is not the same as actual lifespan increase, and many of the interventions are still in early stages of research. There's also a philosophical debate. Is human health better served by emulating ancient patterns or by hacking modern biology? So is one of them definitively right? Probably not. But there are meaningful takeaways from both camps that can help guide our approach to health. From Paul Saladino's perspective, we see the importance of nutrient density through the inclusion of organs and animal-based foods. His emphasis on eliminating processed ingredients and seed oils challenges us to rethink how modern diets may be impacting long-term wellness. He also reminds us of the value in aligning with ancestral patterns, spending time in the sun, moving daily, and eating in tune with seasonal availability. On the other hand, Bryan Johnson's method highlights the power of data. By tracking hundreds of biomarkers, he demonstrates how technology can reveal hidden patterns in our health. His focus on polyphenol-rich foods, strict sleep routines, and early caloric restriction draws from evidence-based practices that may influence the aging process. His vision points toward a future of personalized health strategies, shaped by artificial intelligence and cutting-edge science. Interestingly, many health professionals suggest that the most effective path might lie somewhere in between. Dr. Gabrielle Lyon, for example, advocates a protein-forward approach that prioritizes muscle maintenance while supporting longevity. Dr. Rhonda Patrick emphasizes the synergy of animal proteins and plant-based compounds like sulforaphane, suggesting that nutrient density and cellular resilience go hand in hand. Even mainstream science is catching up. Research increasingly shows that combining high-quality animal foods with nutrient-rich plants, like cruciferous vegetables and berries, can reduce all-cause mortality while preserving muscle mass and cognitive function as we age. So maybe the real question isn't about choosing sides, but about asking yourself, what are your goals? Are you focused on performance, longevity, or disease prevention? What does your body truly respond well to? And perhaps most importantly, what kind of lifestyle can you realistically maintain over the long term? So, Paul Saladino versus Bryan Johnson, who wins? If you value ancestral eating, simplicity, and intuitive living, Saladino's animal-based lifestyle may resonate. If you're into metrics, lab tests, and biohacking with AI, Johnson's blueprint might be your jam. But in the end, the goal is the same: to feel better, live longer, and thrive. And maybe the real answer lies in not copying either of them, but learning from both. Now we want to hear from you. Have you tried an animal-based or longevity-focused diet? Do you think more in terms of performance, prevention, or anti-aging? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you learned something today, give this video a like and subscribe to Happy Health Hub for more science-backed takes on nutrition, wellness, and optimal living. And hey, check out this next video we made where we explore whether seed oils are actually harming your health. Thanks for watching, and remember, your health is your greatest asset.